TMC Chief MP Kalyan Banerjee has resigned as the Chief Whip in the Lok Sabha following a tirade against a fellow TMC MP. On a day when Abhishek Banerjee is appointed as the TMC Parliamentary Party leader, TMC's sitting Lok Sabha MPs are washing their dirty linen in public, taking pot shots at each other. Kalyan Banerjee, who was appointed as the Chief Whip of the Lok Sabha, decided to quit the new office after putting out a detailed post on social media platform X, lashing out at fellow parliamentarian Mahua Moitra. In a podcast, TMC MP Moitra made objectionable remarks against Kalyan Banerjee, which he took umbrage against and called out the statement as lacking basic norms of civil discourse. Kalyan Banerjee slammed Mahua Moitra for stooping to new laws as a public representative by using coarse innuendos, which is a mark of insecurity according to him. Following the public spat, Kalyan Banerjee tendered his resignation and submitted the letter to the TMC supremo. News9 spoke exclusively to Kalyan Banerjee, where he said that his resignation has not been accepted yet, and that for now he shall continue as the party whip. The big news breaking at this hour: TMC MP, the Chief Whip in the Lok Sabha, Kalyan Banerjee, has resigned after a public spat with fellow TMC MP Mahua Moitra. Abhishek Banerjee has been appointed as the TMC Parliamentary Party leader. On that same day, TMC's sitting Lok Sabha MPs are washing their dirty linen in public. Kalyan Banerjee deciding to quit the new office, and that he did right after lashing out at fellow parliamentarian Mahua Moitra on a social media post. He has tendered his resignation to TMC supremo Mamata Banerjee is what he says, but the fact of the matter is his resignation is yet to be accepted, and he has told News9 and the TV9 network that for now he will be continuing as the Chief Whip of the party in the Lok Sabha. Kalyan Banerjee slamming Mahua Moitra for stooping to new laws as a public representative. He said her use of coarse innuendos is a mark of her insecurity. This after TMC MP Mahua Moitra made some objectionable remarks against Kalyan Banerjee, which he took umbrage against and called out Mahua Moitra's statements as ones lacking basic norms of civil discourse. And right after that spat with Mahua Moitra and lashing out at her with that social media post that's there on your screens, TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee, who's the Chief Whip, has resigned from his position as the Chief Whip of the Lok Sabha. We have Samia Kapoor now joining us live on the broadcast. Samia, this is some serious drama within the TMC. It's a day in which a new TMC Parliamentary Party leader has been appointed, but this situation, as the way it stands, Kalyan Banerjee has tendered his resignation, but it has not been accepted.
Absolutely, Krishna. Let us be very clear that he has tendered his resignation from the post of being the Chief Whip of TMC in the Lok Sabha. Now, all the political parties have some sense of factionalism and power play. There are dual power centers in all political parties, so this is not new for TMC either. Having said that, on a day when Abhishek Banerjee, TMC Supremo West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's nephew, takes charge as the Parliamentary Party Chief, is the day chosen by Kalyan Banerjee to tender his resignation as the Chief Whip is essentially to make a statement Whether at all TMC is facing a crisis internally or it is only optics, time will tell. But I can tell you and confirm that I had a conversation with Kalyan Banerjee a short while ago, and he says that he has submitted a resignation letter. The letter has not been accepted, and Abhishek Banerjee, in the capacity of being the parliamentary party chief of TMC, has requested Kalyan Banerjee to continue as the party's whip in the Lok Sabha until monsoon session is through. Now, what exactly happened that led to this reaction of Kalyan Banerjee? He's a seasoned politician. He has been a TMC MP for multiple times. And now, of course, when he is taking to social media to put out a post like this, goes on to say that this rivalry between Mahua Moitra and Kalyan Banerjee hasn't died down yet. It did happen again some time back, where both the leaders had to be physically taken away from each other at the election commission. Sagarika Ghosh was present over there, Derek O'Brien was present over there, and of course the matter had to be resolved internally. But this is now being played out in public domain. Mahua Moitra goes to a podcast and uses certain terminology that were distasteful and inappropriate. Kalyan Banerjee calls it unparliamentary, to say the least. He says that Mahua Moitra doesn't have the basic civil courtesy, how to talk or deal with a fellow colleague or another parliamentarian, and this is a new low that she has stooped to. He has put out a scathing post against Mahua Moitra, and being angered and enraged by Mahua Moitra's behavior, and he wants the party to rein her in, is why he's gone ahead and tendered his resignation. He's demanding action against Mahua Moitra from the party chief, and he is not going to settle for anything less than that. Now, what exactly is the TMC going to do in a situation like this? Both Kalyan Banerjee and Mahua Moitra are sitting MPs of the Lok Sabha. Both of them are known for their fiery speeches. Both of them are known for taking on the government head on. Both of them have been one of those, who are there leading TMC's attack against the government. Both are equally important. If Mamata Banerjee or Abhishek Banerjee has to choose between the two, it is going to be a difficult balance that they will have to strike.
Right, I want to ask you this, at this stage, all eyes will be on Mamata Banerjee. Mamata Banerjee last time around warned Mahua Moitra after that showdown back in April of a suspension after her spat with Kalyan Banerjee. And at this stage, if Kalyan Banerjee, is choosing to put in his papers, last time around it was that, Mamata stepping into the situation to calm to the frayed nerves and asking people to get along and give them no other choice but to get along for the sake of the party. This time around again, you'll have to wait and watch what Mamata Banerjee does, isn't it?
Absolutely. Time and again, Mamata Banerjee has maintained that the political party, the TMC, has to be given priority, is bigger than everybody's individual egos, and they will have to try and decentralize their own political or personal interest when it comes to party. When it comes to party, you will have to fall in line and abide by the party line. Having said that, they are our senior leaders as well. We know Mahua Moitra, she often has a no holds barred attack against the government. You can't really rein her in per se. There is no diktat that she really follows per se. She is known to have a mind of her own. But Kalyan Banerjee on the side is trying to send out a message that he's had enough as yet. That is the reason why he had posted such a huge, a public post on platform X. He could have also taken this matter up internally, but he chose to put it out on social media. He chose to try and shame her publicly for using certain phraseologies and terms that was distasteful in nature for the podcast where Mahua Moitra had gone to. After putting that post across, then he has resigned from his post as a party chief. So clearly, Kalyan Banerjee also not willing to pull back any punches over here. Both sides over here are warring heads within the TMC, a crisis that TMC will have to settle. They are looking at two hot heads taking at each other.
Two hot heads going at each other. TMC will have to take a call. Samya Kapoor there joining us with some exclusive information on that big story that we're tracking. Kalyan Banerjee directly speaking to our very own Samya Kapoor. Samya, thank you so much for joining us with that big breaking story. Moving on, the encounter in Jammu and Kashmir's Kulgam has entered its fourth day, with security forces intensifying efforts to flush out terrorists in the dense forests of Akhal. In a major tactical move, the army has now deployed quadcopters equipped with grenades. At least one drone dropped a grenade on terrorist hideouts, signaling an escalation in the offensive. Surveillance drones and helicopters are also being used to track terrorist movement across the rugged terrain. The joint operation by the Army, Jammu and Kashmir Police and the CRPF was launched on the 1st of August after specific intel pointed to the presence of 5 terrorists. So far, 3 terrorists have been killed and 2 remains have been recovered. Security forces are proceeding with caution as intermittent firing and occasional blasts continue to erupt from the operation site. This is the 3rd major encounter within a week. In an earlier operation named Operation Mahadev, 3 Pakistani terrorists who were behind the dastardly Pahalgam terror attack, where 26 Indians were brutally killed on the 22nd of April, were eliminated. Union Home Minister Amit Shah confirmed their identities in the Parliament as well. And now another encounter, this time in Jammu and Kashmir's Kulgam, has entered its 4th day, with security forces intensifying efforts to flush out terrorists. We have Mehraj Ahmed now joining us live with the latest. Mehraj, talk to us. We do know that at least 1 drone dropped a grenade, and that's a major escalation in the scheme of things. It's a joint operation. 3 terrorists have been killed so far. What else are you picking up at this stage?
Well, Krishna, this operation started on Friday evening, and today was its 4th day, and still it is going on. We can see that sources say that 2 militants are expected and believed to be hiding in the dense forests. And we can say that security forces are using high-tech drones, hexacopters and quadcopters to locate and specify and pinpoint the hiding terrorists in that area. And we can say that the terrain is tough and its vegetative cover is too dense to go to a directly spot. And we can say that security forces want to minimize their damage and don't want to take any risk, and that is why they are using high-tech weaponry. And this is first time that hexacopters are used as to drop munition on the hideout to bust the hideout. We can see that this is the longest encounter in this year so far, which entered today in its 4th day. And so far encounter is going on. Security forces, we can say that elite para-SFs are carrying this operation along CRPF, Jammu Kashmir's Special Operation Group. And we can say that today was its 4th day and still operation is going on. Security forces are doubling their efforts to pinpoint the hiding terrorists and eliminate them as soon as possible. Back to you, Krishna.
Right, Mehraj, this is the 3rd major encounter within a week, and this comes close on the heels of Operation Mahadev, where we were able to identify those terrorists as the ones who were the masterminds behind the dastardly Pahalgam terror attack. What are you understanding about this particular encounter? And more importantly, there seems to be a concerted effort by the Army, by the Jammu and Kashmir Police and the CRPF to flush out all terrorists in the region.
Well, Krishna, security forces keep getting such inputs, especially in such hilly terrains. But when input gets mature from all the agencies, then probably we see encounters like this. And Operation Mahadev, like we have seen last week, in which 3 FT, foreign terrorists, were killed, which were involved in Pahalgam bison attack. So we can say that security forces are doubling their efforts and the alertness and the vigil. And we can say that these encounters express such vigil and alertness of such troops in especially those areas which have dense vegetative cover or which are mountainous. So especially we can see that from some time that terrorists use such jungle warfare tactic, and this has been properly observed by the security forces. That is why they are doubling their efforts in such regions, and we are seeing the encounters like Operation Mahadev and Operation Akhal Dev, sir. Back to you, Krishna.
Mehraj Ahmed there joining us with the latest on that encounter in Jammu and Kashmir. Moving on. It was a test match that had everything. Grit, drama, heartbreak and ultimately glory. And it ended the only way it possibly could. In a mad, frantic, unforgettable hour on Monday at the Oval in London, India pulling off a miraculous 6-run win, defending 374 runs in the most dramatic fashion to level the series 2-2 and retain the Anderson Tendulkar Trophy. It came down to just 34 runs and 4 wickets at the start of play on day 5 of the final test match, and standing between India and victory was a battered England lineup, including Chris Woakes, who walked out to bat with a dislocated shoulder, left-handed. But when the moment came, it was Mohammad Siraj, all heart and hustle, who rose to the occasion. He picked up 3 of the final 4 wickets, finishing with a 5-wicket haul and signing off with a searing yorker that ended England's resistance. The hosts were bowled out for 367, just 6 runs short of their target. The drama was worthy of the history between these two cricketing giants. India's captain Shubman Gill praised his pace bowling unit after the win. He said, I quote, "When you have bowlers like Siraj and Prasidh, captaincy seems easy. They were making the ball talk. Yes, there was a bit of pressure on us, but they were really bowling well. We were confident. We wanted them to feel the pressure throughout the 37 runs that they scored." Siraj, who finished as India's hero, opened up on his emotional state going into the day when he said that, and I quote here, "When I woke up today, I believed that I could do it. If I had taken that catch off Brook properly, probably we may not have had to come till today. But Brook played really well. It was a heartbreaking moment. He was just telling me to middle the ball. And remember, your father and the hard work you have put in to get here." That's what Ravindra Jadeja told Mohammad Siraj to keep in mind as he came out to bowl today. England fought bravely. Woakes' decision to bat with an injured shoulder and Harry Brook's stubborn resistance showed the depth of character in this English side. But on a gloomy Oval morning, India's belief ran deeper than that of England.
I've always had great respect and admiration for Mohammad Siraj as a competitor. He just keeps coming and coming and coming. You know that he's always going to be in the fight with you. But yeah, again, just another example of what it means. And yeah, this game in particular, just kept going and going and going, and oppositions and all that kind of stuff. I've always had a lot of admiration and respect for the way that Mohammad Siraj goes about his cricket and what he does and how he takes it on. Fair play to him.
Firstly, yes, we did have the option of seconding ball, but I think just तरीके से Siraj and Prasidh, they were bowling, we didn't feel like we needed the new ball. They can do the job for us even if it's a 80 over-old ball. And secondly, we thought कि we still have the wicket taking options on this wicket. LBW bold ज़्यादा हुए हैं, वो हमारे पास option, अगर उनको run बनाने हैं तो उनको boundaries ही मारने पड़ेंगे. But rather let them have 30 singles and score those 30 runs rather than score 5-6 boundary मार के. हमको पता था कि उनके ऊपर बहुत pressure है. कोई भी टीम उस पोजीशन में होती है तो हमेशा बैटिंग टीम के ऊपर ज़्यादा प्रेशर आता है, क्योंकि एक बॉल का गेम है आउट करने का. तो हमको था कि हमको गेम जितना हम लंबा लेके जा सकते हैं उसमें हमारे साथ प्रोबेबिलिटी ज़्यादा रहेगी, क्योंकि विकेट टेकिंग बॉल गिरने के चांसेस ज़्यादा हैं.
And now we have Chandar Shekhar Luthra, senior sports journalist, now joining us here on the broadcast live. Chandar, thank you so much for taking time out to view this as always. What a day, what a test match. If there was ever an advertisement that is needed for test cricket, for people at large in this T20 age, if the question is ever asked, why do we need 5 days to play a game? this match alone, this last day alone, the last 1 hour of this test match alone is good enough. But actually the fact of the matter is this entire series of 5 test matches has been the best advertisement ever for the greatness of test cricket, isn't it?
This is the beauty of test cricket, and all those, I would say administrators around the world, if they are watching this kind of cricket, they must understand that they are killing this beautiful game of cricket. And they must understand that T20 can get you more money, that can fetch you a lot of, that can fill in your coffers. But the problem is, you are killing the beauty, you are killing the real game of cricket. You are making it like looking like a baseball, not cricket. But coming back to this game, I was thinking when you gave me a call that, we have to do a show. So I was just going through, my memories and trying to remember, did I ever see this kind of cricket? Believe me, I've seen lot of games in over 30 years, but I think this was the best because lot of Indians who were more into the T20 and one days, they were playing this game. That was the challenge for these guys. And especially Siraj, I knew. Siraj is a very, very tough nut. He's not going to give you anything, for easier. But watching Prasidh Krishna, I think that's a revelation. The guy, when he started the series, obviously he was looking out of place. He was not gelling well with either Bumrah or Siraj. But the way series progressed, the way he also got that, I would say, the confidence back. I think the last 2 test matches, not the last one, but before that and this test, the way he has bowled, 1 5er and this 4 wicket. This 4 wicket is more than anything for him. He bowled like brilliantly, and look at the beauty that he bowled today. That Yorker, absolutely brilliant Yorker.
Absolutely brilliant. So many things amongst the Yorkers, even especially the last Yorker. Of Mohammad Siraj as well, the champagne moment. But Chandra, stay with us. Let's quickly listen to what Mr. Rajiv Shukla had to say.
क्योंकि जिस तरह का परफॉर्मेंस हुआ है, उस तरह की जो हमारे खिलाड़ियों ने जो कमाल करके दिखाया, इसके पहले कभी हमने देखा नहीं था इस तरह का। मतलब टेस्ट क्रिकेट जिंदा हो गया। लोगों ने इस टेस्ट सीरीज में जितनी दिलचस्पी ली, खचाखच भरे स्टेडियम और टीवी पे भी लोग लगे हुए। लगता है एक क्षण अगर हार रहे हैं, एक क्षण जीत रहे हैं, एक क्षण अगर हार रहे हैं, एक क्षण जीत रहे हैं। कमाल का खेल हुआ और सबने जिनसे ये था कि नहीं कर सकते, उन्होंने करके दिखाया। वॉशिंगटन सुंदर की सेंचुरी देख लो आप, हाईएस्ट रन बनाने वाला शुभमन गिल, केएल राहुल की कंसिस्टेंसी। आप जिस परिस्थिति में वो हमारा नया बॉलर खेला है, तो उसने भी कमाल किया है। और सिराज ने और प्रसिद्ध कृष्णा ने बहुत अच्छा किया, बुमराह ने बहुत अच्छा किया। ऋषभ पंत इंजरी के बाद जो है जिस तरह से उन्होंने जज्बा दिखाया खेले, वो कमाल की चीज है।
Chandra, we can talk forever, I think, about this test match and this series. But, at this stage, I just have to ask, because the comparisons are very clear. There was the Australia series and that Brisbane match, one of the greatest moments 4 years ago as far as the greatest series is concerned. And then you have this. And some say that this match and this series is even better than the 2005 Ashes between Australia and England. I remember that was a Flintoff series, if I remember correctly. So, that is one of the greatest ever test series. This series, especially the way it has ended, puts its hand up as being one of the greatest test series, at least in modern test cricket history, isn't it?
Well, a line for, before we get into this debate, I was talking about these kind of administrators like Rajiv Shukla, who have no knowledge about cricket, but again, we have to take their bites in order to, remain. Anyway, coming back to cricket. I think that 2005 series, I remember I was watching it in Colombo that time. We were covering a series against Sri Lanka and a tri-series also. That was absolutely brilliant series, no doubt about that. But you can't compare the two situations. That was a situation before T20 started. And this is a situation, that's why I have said that this victory is, especially for these guys, is very, very special, because most of them are from an era where a player like Sai Sudarshan or anybody, they have been picked because of their performances in IPL and not in the domestic. Yes, Karun Nair has come back, but again, his performance in IPL was more considered than his performances there. But again, and also in the last test, don't forget that we had to play Kamboj, that Anshul Kamboj, because there was nobody there. Three of our seamers were injured. There was nobody, to picked up from, because we have not groomed enough in the Test cricket. Yes, we have so much of talent in the IPL, but overall we had to play novice like Kamboj. Is a great bowler. He has taken 10 wickets in an innings in domestic. But the point is, he was not mentally prepared. Just because he was playing county game in England, we had to pick him. We gave him a chance. Unfortunately, he was not gelling. This stage was not for him, and we have given him little bit early chance. I hope he comes back to Indian team. He should not be just dumped like that. But overall, yes, a great series. I still don't know whether I've seen anything like this. But overall, it's a great advertisement for cricket. It's a great learning experience for Shubman Gill also.
Right.
As a captain here, he was looking clueless. If you remember first two sessions yesterday, he was looking clueless. I was reading somewhere also that as a batsman, he has matured. As a captain, he has no clues. But the way he came back, as a team, the way we got back into this game, and especially those wickets are broken, and later on Joe Root, I think that was the time. The entire game changed, and we got back into the series.
And choosing not to take that new ball,
And
persisting with that old
you have
ball.
to-
That was a call.
And
That's
don't
clearly
forget-
a great captaincy
Yes.
call.
Absolutely, and the best learning is that you have to play 5 test series, which is rare in modern days. It is only when India tour abroad, that's when they play, or next is other